On the 14th of April this year, ABC News ran a story that barely even made a ripple. It was reported that Queensland alone, police have shot 6 people holding gel blasters in the past 6 years. 6 people shot over a toy by itself can't even give you a bruise. These gel blasters didn't pose a real physical risk. They fire soft, water-filled gel balls. In most countries, they're sitting on the shelves next to Nerf guns. But here in Australia, they're now a symbol of fear and confusion that can turn something harmless into a deadly encounter. Detective Inspector Brad Phelps from the Queensland Crime and Intelligence Command summed it up. Well, he said, it's almost impossible to tell a gel blaster from a traditional firearm until you hold it and examine it. That's the frontline reality. A cop pulling up on the scene doesn't have the time to check whether you're holding a plastic blaster or a loaded firearm. But instead of focusing on education and, well, accountability, we're seeing the same old approach. Blame the object, not the idiot that is misusing it. Did you know there's a few ways that you can actually support this channel? Down below in the description, especially becoming a member, because at the end of the day, it is not YouTube's algorithm that's going to keep this channel going. It's you. And I want to say thank you to all the viewers. And you know what? We need this more than ever. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, I don't play with gel blasters. Why should I care? Well, the crackdown isn't just about toys. It's about that steady creep of control over how we are living. We're seeing this all the time. And they're controlling what we own as well and how much freedom we're trusted with. Let's just look at South Australia. On October 8th, 2020, they reclassified gel blasters as a regulated imitation firearm. That means they are now treated as a Category A firearm. So what does that mean? Well, in practice, you need a firearms license to own one. You have to store it as the same as a real firearm, and you can't just buy or sell them like a toy. They gave people 6 months of amnesty to surrender them or apply for a license. That ended on April 7th, 2021. I've seen a story about a shop owner saying he, lost over $15,000 in custom blasters. No compensation, no discussion. Just hand them in or risk jail. And what about Western Australia? Total ban since 2021, up to 3 years in prison for a simple possession. Victoria, well, banned unless you have an official firearms license and meet strict replica laws. In New South Wales, they're classified as a prohibited firearm unless you get a permit. Most people don't even bother. It's just too risky. But in Queensland, they're still legal for now. But even here, it is a minefield. Since February 2021, it is an offence to carry a gel blaster in public or even point it at someone. You can't even leave it unconcealed in your car. And if you think that the laws are clear cut, well, think again. I've read comments the other day and they pretty much nailed it. If gel blasters are firearms because they look scary, then Hot Wheels should be registered as a real car. That's it. This isn't about safety. It's about creating a culture where looking scary is enough to justify criminalization. So let's be honest about who this actually really hurts. It's not the criminals and it's not the gangs, it's ordinary people. The father who wants to play with his son and get him off the PlayStation and out in the backyard. The bloke who saves up to join a skirmish team for fitness and community. The shop owner who built a local gel ball community from scratch, running weekend games and fixing gear and providing safe places to play. Take Scott Mason, Secretary of Airsoft Gel Ball Paintball Association of Australia. Well, he said, we have defence, police, families doing it for physical fitness and fun because it gets the kids off the game consoles. But the authorities, they don't want to talk about that. Instead, they want to paint every gel blaster owner as a potential criminal. We saw it with the Nepean Police Area Command post. They uploaded a picture asking people to spot the gel blaster. The comments were unreal, and one actually said, a cake that looks like a handbag is still a cake. Another said, my Hot Wheels look like Ferraris. Should I get a speeding camera fine for that? But the most telling comment, somebody wrote, this is about scaring the public into thinking everyone with a toy is a threat. Exactly right. I've seen this creeping in for many, many years. You probably have too. It is the same logic they use to justify appearance-based firearm bans as well. It's the same logic behind random storage inspections and the ammunition purchase limits. This is what they're doing to good, law-abiding people, not the ones who are actually committing the crimes. So let's just take a little quick step back here and look at where this trend is really taking us. When South Australia reclassified gel blasters on October 2020, they didn't do it because of rising violent stats. They did it because they said the people felt threatened. In Western Australia, it was the same story. Public fear was enough to justify a full ban. No proper data, no cost benefit, no focus on criminal outcomes. Just someone might be scared. Once they push that through, the ban based on fear, they don't stop there. You know it, I know it as well. If they can do this to a plastic toy, what's next for real firearms? Here is what I think is going to happen next. Appearance laws are going to tighten even further. More random inspections, more ammunition limits, storage rules so strict that one small oversight could mean losing everything. They have set the precedent, and we can ban something that looks dangerous. We can move down the list to whatever is politically convenient. That's why this matters, even if you've never, ever, ever touched a gel blaster in your life. So, what is really at stake here? It's not about the gel blasters, it's about the principle of fairness. Do we hold people responsible for their behavior, or do we criminalize ownership based on what might happen? Do we trust adults to make decisions, or do we believe that the government should control every detail of our hobbies, tools, and our sports? Every time we accept a new appearance restriction, we tell them, hey, it's okay. No dramas at all, mate. It's okay to decide for us. Treat us like children. We can't be trusted. We've already seen where this leads. Legitimate sporting shooters treated like criminals. Law-abiding gel blaster owners forced to hand in their gear with no compensation, and small business owners are destroyed overnight. That's not public safety. That's fear-based policy and control. If we want a future where kids can still play outdoors, where mates can have gel ball games on the weekend, and where hunters and target shooters aren't forced underground, we have to draw the line. We have to keep pushing back with the facts, logic, and calm courage. If this video has clarified to you what's really going on, send it to somebody who still thinks, well, it's just a toy, or it doesn't affect me, because it absolutely does. Check the description if you want to support the channel, becoming a member, grab a shirt, or simply share this video. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. I'm Alan, this is Benchrest Marksman, and together we'll keep defending the fair go, one fact, one discussion, one video at a time.